Are you a Christian woman who lives with someone who hurts you on a regular basis and nothing you do to get them to stop ever seems to work? It's like they don't understand the seriousness of the damage that they're doing to your personhood. Maybe they apologize and expect you to forgive them and move on. And if you're a good Christian woman, you probably feel pressure to do this. Forgive 70 times 7, right? And yet it doesn't really solve the problem of getting them to see what they're doing so that they'll stop hurting you. I'm going to give you some examples of crappy apologies you may have heard from a husband, a friend, or a family member. But first, let me introduce myself quick. I'm Natalie Hoffman. I wrote the book, Is It Me? Making Sense of Your Confusing Marriage? And I'm also the host of the Flying Free podcast for Christian women looking for hope and healing from hidden emotional and spiritual abuse. So tell me if you've heard any of these apologies. I'm sorry, but I didn't mean it the way you took it. You're making assumptions. I'm sorry, but you must have heard me wrong. You obviously misunderstood. I'm sorry, but you did something that caused me to do that. If you wouldn't have done that, it wouldn't have happened. I'm sorry that you feel hurt, but you've always been so overly sensitive. I regret that happened, but I've never claimed to be perfect. Your expectations are out of line with reality. I'm sorry you were hurt, but it was a joke. You don't have to take everything so seriously. You guys, those aren't real apologies. Those are actually emotionally abusive apologies. Does that sound serious? It is serious. This is just one of many abuse tactics used to get the focus off of the abusive person and their behavior and onto the abuse target, you. A person who truly cares about and respects you will also care about how their behavior impacts your life. They will strongly desire to treat you in ways that show you honor and respect. Why? Because they're an emotional adult who sees you and others around them as separate people with your own feelings and your own experiences and your own perspective. And they genuinely want to know and love you, even though they may not always agree with you. Now, nobody's perfect, and we all hurt each other, especially people that we're close to. But in a healthy relationship, an authentic and effective apology that actually works to repair a wrong done will sound more like this. I can understand how what I said or did caused you pain. I care about your feelings and what you're going through. I'm so sorry that I did such and such. And they're going to be very specific here. They're not going to be general, like, I'm so sorry that I did, that I hurt you. That's a very general way. They're going to say specifically what they did. I recognize that I've caused you pain and I don't want to do that. You deserve better. So first of all, do you see how this person acknowledged the other person's pain? That's called empathy. An apology must have insight into the other person's emotional world and empathy for that other person. Secondly, they will be specific about what they did wrong. Instead of saying, I know I'm not really the best husband, but I sure do try, they will say, I did this and I did that. I caused the damage with my behavior or my words. Do you see how this person is owning the damage they did? They didn't blame shift or deny or justify their behavior or minimize what they did. They owned it. That's emotional adulthood. That's maturity. That's taking responsibility. That is healthy. They'll say something like this. What can I do to make this better for you? Do you need some time to heal? I can understand if you need space, and I'd like to give you whatever you need right now. Do you see how the healthy adult wants to make amends and they aren't rushing reconciliation? They'll say something like this. Thank you for letting me know how my behavior affected you. This helps me get to know you better and how I can be a better friend or a better partner. I want our relationship to be one where we both feel safe. Do you see how they're open to feedback and they are pursuing you as a person, this is a mature person with a lot to give in a relationship. Apologies that aren't really apologies are just one of many covert emotional abuse tactics used to maintain emotional control and power over another person. Would you like to learn more? I would love to send you a free copy of the first chapter of my book and the companion workbook. My book is called Is It Me? Making Sense of Your Confusing Marriage, a Christian Woman's Guide to Hidden Emotional and Spiritual Abuse. And I've got some other helpful resources that I would love to send you, and they won't cost you a thing, but they will help you learn new ways of thinking about your relationships so that you can feel better and find creative solutions for your future. Click on the link to get your free chapter, and I'll see you soon.